mom. To summarize her life in a word, I would say giver. She gave and gave and gave. 37 years ago, she rose to the challenge when Dad had his stroke. She went from being the family homemaker to becoming the breadwinner, the caregiver, the ultimate wife, and the mother of 4 children at very different stages in their lives. From Rochelle, who was getting married that very week, to me, a little 8-year-old boy. She didn't flinch. She did it all. She did it all with such elegance and grace and without complaining. That was my mom. We all saw how well she took care of my father. I never realized it till now, but it was amazing how she deferred all decisions to my dad, showing such great understanding and compassion. She always made us kids and my dad feel like he was in control. And he was. He truly was the leader and always had the final say in any matter, large or small. That was my mom. She always took pride and loved giving each and every one of her children and grandchildren birthday presents. And Baruch Hashem, there are many of us. She would always deliver them to our house. Until this past year, when she wasn't able to make the deliveries, she would call me and tell me, please bring over Daniel or Ricky or Sarita. I would like to see him or her. Every gift was so very well thought out and so appropriate for each child. More often than not, it would be personalized or embroidered with their name on it. Just 2 months ago, my daughter Sarita, who was turning 8 on August 8th, told me, Dad, I can't wait to get my birthday present from Grandma Nina. She always gets me the best presents. Sarita then told me about the jewelry box that says Sarita on it that she received last year and how much she loves it. My mom really wasn't feeling so good at the time, and I wasn't sure she was getting Sarita a present at all this year. But sure enough, the week before Sarita's birthday, Mom called and asked me to please bring over Sarita. I would like to see her. I knew what that meant, and I said to myself, wow, she still got it. Mom is so wonderful. And of course, Sarita was thrilled that she received the wind-up ballerina crystal ball with her name on it. Mom's gift to me would always be clothing, as she knew how much I hated to shop for myself. She would always encourage me to go shopping with Elaine's husband, Dave. He has such good taste. Let him help you, she would say. When she saw I didn't heed her advice, she would go out and buy me multiple items of clothing for each and every birthday. I always have such pride when wearing something she picked out for me. Mom was always so thoughtful. I don't remember one time when she didn't have candy in her cabinet. Not a whole shelf, but always between 1 and 3 packages. Just the perfect amount. Weekly, I am assuming she would check her cabinet to see if she needed candy and would replace it just in case the grandchildren would come over. Most people would buy a lot and would use it until it would run out, and then go out and buy a lot more again. But in her caring, smart way, she knew that if she had a lot of candy, the kids would just end up asking and wanting too much, which wouldn't be good or healthy. She kept the right amount to satisfy them without overindulging them. That was my mom. That was the same way she brought up her 4 children, Rochelle, Elaine, Alan, and myself. We can all attest to the fact that all of our needs were always taken care of, always in a simple way. Never being spoiled or overindulged, but always in the perfect way. She was always so thoughtful and caring, and in my mind, will always be the ultimate giver. That was my mom. Mom, I'm sure I'm speaking for the entire family when I say that we will always love you and will miss you so very, very much. Please pray for all of our well-being. To my sisters, Rochelle, Elaine, and Morris, Mom was just plain old Mom. She was unbelievable. The happiness
that she had throughout her whole life just exuded from her, and she just gave it to all of us. When I heard the news and I was away, the first thing I thought of, Ezehu Ashir, Hasameach Tefilkoh. Mom was happy every day of her life with everything she had, and she made the best of everything. I had the zechut for many, many years, the past couple of years lately, to drive my mom to the city. And I would pick her up every day, and a smile would be on her face, and a kiss right away that she gave me, and then we would make the journey down Ocean Parkway. And it was a journey. Every single house we passed, she said, "Oh my God, this is where Mary Anthony lived." And there's Annette and Jack Howell's house. And then we got to Avenue N, and it was Marlene and Al Michon. And then we got to Avenue J, and then it was all Grandma Avis. And every story, one story after the next, after the next, after the next. And in between, she would think of a song, and we'd sing. And it was just, that was what she would do to get me in a good mood when I was not in a great mood in the morning. But she knew how to turn everything around and make everything so, so very positive. If you ask my mom what her favorite time with me was, I can guarantee you it was when I was about 18 years old, and we were in Long Branch, and I came home one morning at about 10 to 6, and she was wide awake, waiting for me. And I said, "Come on, Mom, let's go to the boardwalk and watch the sunrise." Oh my God, did she smile. She was so happy. We spent such a great time together. And after that, she used to tell me, "Please, just get home before 10 to 6, because that's the time I wake up." All week long, people came through our house. And they would tell me, I never saw them before, and they would tell me, "Wow, your mom was my train friend." How many train friends could one person have? People told me they used to go to a certain spot at the F train and waited under a certain lamp post because they knew that's where she would be. I got convinced over the past 2 days that there were probably days that she just rode the trains back and forth. Like was said before, our house that I live in now is the house I grew up in. My parents were so kind enough to let us buy the house, so we switched, and our house was a party house. And then 18 months ago, my mom gave me a call and said, "Alan, come to the doctor's office. They want me to go home with you." So I stopped what I was doing, left my office, shot down 34th Street, came to the doctor's office, and my mom was going in for a CAT scan after a sonogram. And then the doctor pulled me on the side and told me, "Look, Mom is not well, and you need to get to a doctor right away." From there, with a broken heart, we went home to my house where Nina was having her shower. And Mom smiled and smiled the entire night. As our hearts were breaking, she just continued to smile and carry us through it, every step of the way. My daughter-in-law, Adele, said it best the other night. She said, "When I came home and told my grandma, Adele Beebe, that I'm going to be related to Nina Esses, she was dancing in the house. She goes, I'm going to be related to her? Oh my God, what is it for?" Just a few years ago, we had our parents' 50th wedding anniversary. We all went out to dinner, we gave them gifts, we spent a lot of time together, and we made some speeches. My wife, Simone, God bless her for everything she did this week, wrote a beautiful letter that I wanted to share with everybody, and that'll end. Dear Mom and Dad, as much as I wanted to, I didn't speak last night, but I do have so much that I want to say to you both. 50 years together, so lovingly, is definitely something special to celebrate. So cheers to you both. I realize that many times I tell people how I feel about having them as friends, but with family, the feelings are so strong that I think it's obvious to them. How I feel, and how I feel, and I expect them to know it. We're always together in such comfortable and informal settings, and these feelings are just there with us. But I want to take some time to tell you how much I admire you both, your courage, your strength, and your stamina. You're an inspiration to me and a model that I follow on how to raise my family. Your wisdom and foresight has continued to provide us with the proper direction for walking down the path of life. When we need advice, we know who to go to. You always have the right answers and know the right things to say, but more importantly, it's your timing. You know when to say it. I feel so lucky to be part of this family, like a princess married to a prince, son of a king and queen. That's how I look up to you, Mom and Dad. 17 years ago, I didn't know all the fringe benefits that were coming along with Alan. And I don't mean materialistic things. I mean 2 more sisters, a brother, and a set of parents. I've learned as much from you guys in 17 years as I've learned in all my life experiences. I beam with pride when I say my name is Simone Esses. I think of you many, many times a day because so much of how I run my home and raise my children is by emulating you both. That is why our Shabbat lunches and holiday meals are so special to us and our kids. I always look back and wonder, would it be the same if we didn't have them or if we didn't live together for the great summers that we did? Living with you for the first 6 months of our marriage set Alan and I on the right track for our future together. I didn't realize it then, but all these cherished memories are ours to share. I wouldn't trade them for anything. You have given your love so freely, and that has become my source of strength and pride. I really appreciate all that you do for us. Thank you. I want to thank everyone for coming. It was a very, very special week. And I want to thank especially my sisters and my brother and my aunts Sherry and Susie and my Uncle Alan for helping us get through everything. Mom loved all of us so much, and we're going to all be together to really stand by and really continue everything. Amen.